Okay. I don't know kama nasikika vizuri. I need to request from a few at least nijue kama nasikika vizuri. If I'm audible enough to everyone. Good afternoon. It's another new day that God has given unto us. At least you have seen a new day that we can do a few things, we can analyze a few things. So I don't know, Josh. I don't know, kuna mtu wako anataka kuongea na mimi, but I'll have to close him up. Then, okay. We had those tablets. Now, see there's some charts. Now that clear. Yes. Nasikika vizuri. I've seen your comment, Edwin. Now, today we're going to do something we call technical analysis. Technical analysis is done through different methods. There are people that believe in ICT, there are people that believe in BTMM, the people that believe in price action, the people that believe in indicators that work for them. So we are going to look particularly, I'm going to use my own strategy that I normally use to trade fundamentals. Because every now and then, we have such kind of news that, last week we had card news. Last Friday we had USD news that most people thought it was NFP, yet it was in NFP. Now today you have NFP at around 3:30 p.m. Kenyan time. So let's do this. For me, I'm a swing trader. That's why I call myself, not even I call myself. That's why some people named me Swing 254. Because I used to swing, like, if I can give you a brief history about Swing 254, how it came to be, I used to swing long trades. I could even swing a trade for a week, for a month, all in profit. But I won't lie today, I won't lie to you. I was caught up in this Euro USD buy. I'm still having some buy positions because my account, my account volume is a bit bigger. So my account can hold. But if your account cannot hold, I'm giving you, and I'm showing you how to analyze this particular pair. You're going to analyze 3 pairs. You're going to analyze card pairs. You're going to analyze Euro card 1. You're going to analyze USD card 2. You're going to analyze also Euro USD as the main USD pair with the quote currency as the USD. Now let's get in. If you check well on my chart, this is a clean chart. You can apply something we call naked chart trading. Plug and write, only that. Take your time, study your chart. That's the first step that every trader should do. You take your time, you first study your chart. Then after that, after you're done with that, you identify major zones. 1, you can identify where we have the double tops. You can identify where we have the neckline. You can identify where they have the what we call double tops. Those are some of the patterns that majorly or are of great significance in the market. 1. Okay, 2. Let's check on this particular pair. That's Euro USD on a weekly time frame. You realize that if you do, for example, in this particular one, you're going to do support and resistance. Major support and sell. So you're going to draw major support and sell from weekly down to 4 hours and try to see if your bias is will still click during the news. No one is perfect in the market, that's what you should know. And again, we always trade possibilities. Market is full of uncertainties. So that's one thing that everyone and every trader should know, because in this particular market, or this forex market business, we don't trade with certainty. We always trade, and you don't trade with hope. Again, don't trade with hope. Don't hope that this pair will go up because you're in a buy position. Don't have such kind of hopes. Trade what you see. Let's go in. I can do the first one as the main, let's call it the main resistance zone. from the top. Let's say that this is the higher of the weekly, high of the day on this weekly time frame. Then we can do another one at this particular one. We can do this particular one, retest in this particular zone, retest in this particular zone and the other zone. So I even do some zones. I'll do zones also to at least connote or even to at least demarcate such regions. I do that zone. That's a major zone. I'm always trying to speak from there. I need to mute everyone. Need to mute Fred. Fred is making noise. I don't know how. Okay, a minute. I need to mute this person called Fred. Now why Fred is making noise. Okay, I've muted everyone because I need it to concentrate on this particular one. Trading is not easy. Trading is not just something, an hustle that you can just wake up and get into without proper analysis and without proper learning. You need to understand. It's a skill that you need to practice from time to time. Now we'll come to the second zone or the second resistance zone. This one will now be our resistance zone. Then we'll come to our second support zone. Second support zone will be at this particular region. At this particular region there, it was retested at this zone. It was retested also here. It was also retested. It was almost retested at this particular zone, forming now something that we can call this particular pattern is head, first shoulder, second shoulder. So my bias is this. This shoulder will be revisited. Price will revisit this second shoulder. That's for Euro USD. But remember, this one is on a weekly time frame. Mark my words. Price may revisit this second shoulder before making a downward move. So we're expecting that kind of a retest. Again, that's the first bias that we have. Then we have where the current price is. The current price is at this particular zone. If you check out well at this particular zone is whereby we had the previous resistance zone. The previous support zone was at this particular zone. Price was going downwards, or if price was USD was selling. Once it reached this particular zone, it bounced upwards, meaning that this one remained to be our major support zone, and that's the major. That's where currently we have Euro USD. So Euro USD may reject this support zone or break this support zone to this particular area. May break that particular zone to that particular area. That's on a weekly time frame. Okay, now you have the last support zone to be that particular zone. I normally demarcate such regions at least to know where we have what we call area of value. In FOREX, you have to know, you have to practice on one strategy majorly, which you use. You know, there are some people that use indicators and they normally work for them. That's okay. If it works for you, that's okay. If it does not work for you, look for something else that works for you. Look for a strategy that works for you. Even if it's an EMA, look for that EMA that works for you. Today I'll coordinate two strategies. I'll coordinate this particular strategy, basically price action, plus another strategy that I call it. For me, I'm a confluence trader, so I trade with confluence. I don't usually majorly trade based on one strategy. Let's go to daily. If you check on daily very well, we have something that's very crucial that you need to know. We have something when you study maybe pips and what it calls this particular pattern as called as evening star or mother and child. And we call mother and child this particular pattern. And whenever this particular pattern is formed in any currency, in any pair, in any indices, this particular pattern happens to be a reversal pattern. I'm not precise. Like I told you that Forex is a business of certainties and it's a business of possibilities. We trade based on the historical or let's say the historical happenings. So we look at what happened previously and trade it to be and presume it to be our current market direction. So that's what majorly happens in Forex. Now, if you check well, checking on this, analyzing this particular pair keenly, checking out the way it has been going down, the way it has been moving up, is like it formed a flag here, formed a flag at this particular zone. We can call it from this particular flag, a bearish flag, showing some kind of rejection up from there. This double bottom, this one was the double bottom zone. If you check well, this one was a double zone, a double bottom zone. Okay. A double bottom zone at this particular area that price tried to reject. It rejected upwards and captured many buyers. Many buyers were captured at this particular zone. Then, what happened at this particular zone? You can call it, with this one is a major liquidity zone. What happened at this particular zone is that so many stop losses that had been placed at this particular zone were hit. That's how market makers works. It hits all the stop loss just above your support, or just below your support, or just below your resistance zone. Then all of a sudden, the trend continues. So this major was a sell. It was a sell move. One, if we go back on weekly, you realize that we had a double tops on weekly. That's why this trade was a sell. Okay. I've told you that nothing happens in the market without a reason. If you see a continuous sell, a continuous buy, there must be a reason. You can't say that this pair has been oversold, this pair has been overbought, just because of your own reasoning that it's now time to go up, it's not time to go down. Who told you? Market doesn't follow your emotions. Market goes with its own way. Anyway, you have blown so many accounts until even others you don't even remember. But that's the norm of this kind of business. But for me, the last time I blew an account, I don't know when, it was almost 2 years ago. That's the last time I blew an account. But you always trade reasonably, applying something called risk management should be key. If you lose, don't lose all your money. Lose at least, even if today I'm going to risk at least, let's say I'm going to risk $2,000. If I lose, it's okay. If I make some good money from the same, it's still good. Eh? That's what I'm going to do for today. Because it's called upon everyone that if you want to engage in Forex trading, just know how to control your emotions, know when to risk, know when not to risk. I'm risking this in this particular trade basically because this move was a sell move. What happened? Price has been consolidating at this particular zone, showing some kind of rejection. Eh? If you check well, this on 4 hours again, we have some kind of rejection at this particular zone, which can be seen or which can be noted by this kind of consolidation. Price has been consolidating, not breaking above, not breaking below this particular zone. So that one you can use that one as one. Let's say you can use it as a base in reason, or the main reason why you should make this trade, or why you should buy Euro USD, or why we expect the USD dollar, to weaken during today's announcement. That's one. But you know, majorly what happens during most NFTs, we have something we call wicks. Market tries to form wicks or gaps. So at times, this particular move could be a buy, but first it may sell, leaving a very big wick downwards. Then it continues with a buy move. That's why I'm telling you, when we have major news like today, you should normally take risk and trade cautiously. Take caution. trade cautiously and make it an habit. Okay. Now let's look at another pair. Let's say you're looking at them. This one we can take it as a mother pair to other USD pairs. Now let's look at GBP, the Great Britain Pound, against the US dollar, and the way it has been behaving over time before we rule it out that this one is going to be a buy. Okay. Anyway, this is one of my accounts. If you check well, you can see there's a small profit there and a small deposit there. So that's what we majorly do. At times, you know, there are people that trade, there are people that doesn't trade. You have two groups of traders. There are traders that don't even know how to trade. They don't even trade. They sell, I think they sell materials, they sell it. Those are kind of traders that we have in this field of ours. There are people that doesn't even know how to trade. They can't even make a trade. But there's let me give a story. There was someone who called me and he told me that he's a trader. Then, do you know that person told me that he bought a demo account at $30? Then I was like, oh, how come you are a trader and you're buying a demo account at $30? Who does that? In this world of Google, and this time in this world of research, who does that? Just do research and know what you're supposed to do. So that's all what I can say as for today. Then we are going to look at GBP USD and it has been behaving over time. Okay, we're going to demarcate these zones. Calling, let me hide this. Do not to make unknown trades. Trading is an emotional affair. At times when you lose money, it becomes an emotional affair. Even you can even chase your wife or even chase your husband from the house. It normally happens, but unless you have to control your emotions, even if it means taking, just smoke that way, man. And at least change those kind of emotions, because emotions can mess you up. In your family, emotions can mess you up everywhere. Now I've done the zones correctly. If you check the way I'm doing the support and sell zones, I'm doing them based on the historical point of view, based on where we had the previous turning point. Okay, joining or continuing into the current turning point. If you check well, you realize that I do them majorly. I can do it at the week, I can do it at the body, based on how many times I could do that, this particular one at this particular zone, because this particular zone was tested once. But if you check where I've done, it has been tested more than 3 times. 1, 2, 3. More than 3 times. Now that one qualifies to be our major support zone on weekly. Let's check this particular pair. We're checking on GU. What happened at GU is that price came and hit this particular support zone. It came and hit this particular support zone, and price was rejected upwards. So this upward move can continue even during our NFP announcement. You see, that's one. That's one reason as to why I'm saying that USD dollar may weaken today. You have checked on Euro USD, the bias is still a buy. You're not checking on GU, the bias is still a buy. But always note this: whenever it's too obvious to sell or to buy, avoid that trade. Trading is not an easy job that you just wake up and say, oh, this one is a sell, this one is, everyone is seeing is a sell. Even the market makers and the liquidity bodies are seeing that this particular pair is selling. Do you think they can give you free money? Yeah, that one doesn't happen in this market. Okay. Even my beast, my indicator here has said that this particular pair gonna buy. That's one. If you check well, it hit this particular zone, rejected, then up. But this particular pair is a bit tricky because where it is now is retesting a major daily resistance zone. It's retesting a major daily resistance zone. So this one may fuck us up. You see? Now this one is, it becomes a bit confusing. So what I'm going to tell you is that trade something that you see. Don't trade what you hope. Don't trade what you think. Trade what you see from the charts. That's majorly the information that I'm going to pass today. Because we normally do analysis, we place trades and wait for the trades to actualize. That's what we do, nothing else. If you place trade and you like, oh my goodness, I wish I never placed this trade. I wish I never did this. My friend, you'll be fucked up. You think that Forex is not for you. Forex is not meant for you. But who told you it's not meant for you? It's actually out of your ignorance or out of whatever you did that's made it become difficult for you. So Forex is an affair, is a business that you need to practice today, tomorrow, every day, every now and then. Because when I started Forex in December 2016, if I tell you how many millions I lost to the market from that time, December 2016 up to date, yeah, and I'm still pushing on because I know this is a career that it has a lot of, let's say it has a lot of, it's a kind of a career that gives you a good environment, it gives you peace of mind, it gives you good money, it gives you something that anyone can expect from any career that they are partaking. For me, I trade full time. I do it as a full-time job. Before then, I used to work in Ireland some time back. Last year, in 2019, I used to work in Ireland, but I had to quit the job. I resigned to work in this market or to trade. I resigned to trade because I know trading can give you good money more than an 8 to 5 white collar job. Now, I think you're done with this particular pair. What I've said is that the Great Britain pound may retest this zone. Mark this zone is at 1.36. Connect somewhere. You connect GU may retest 1.36550. That's the of the day or the high of the day. Then reject downwards. So in short, for me, if I'm to trade the GU, I can always trade the cells. Because normally during NFP, we normally have some quick moves. Like in a second, you are in a second, you are in blue or you're in red. It happens in a second that you like a splash or something like lightning. No, GBP/USD may hit this zone, then get rejected again to this particular zone. So GBP/USD may be selling the whole of next week. But remember, EUR/USD has not yet made such a move. EUR/USD has not yet made any retest since it went down during the forms meeting last week, but one. EUR/USD has been going down for the last 3 weeks with no big retest. This retest for GU has been for almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 9 days. GU has been going up, but EUR/USD has been going down. So which means it has to make a retest up before it continues with the downward move. Now let's get to CAD. And our last pair that you're going to analyze for CAD, we can analyze CAD chef. Then from there, I wish you good time. I wish you success in your trading activities, because trading is not an easy career, like I said. It's a career that needs consistency. Okay, this chart or these drawings or these supporters and these horizontal lines drawings were made by one of my students some time back, and I had not removed it from the chart. So let me just add a new one. Okay, let's just do CAD GPY. CAD GPY will be okay, because I don't think that majorly CAD GPY will be okay. I like the way CAD GPY moves. It's one of my favorite pairs. So let's just do CAD GPY. This, when you analyze CAD GPY, you can be able to know the direction of CAD going forward, because majorly what you have today, you have CAD news and USD news. So you don't have much today. You have only CAD news and USD news, and that's what majorly we are going to analyze. For those who missed this particular session, I'm going to record, but I'll post it on my YouTube channel. So sometimes you can pass there, check, subscribe. Let's get it. I'll be doing occasional lessons or occasional trainings or even occasional seminaries or even occasional webinars from time to time. I've been busy of late because I've been busy trading. I've not been busy doing anything else. At times you are busy trading, at times you are busy teaching, at times you are busy, doing all those kind of shit. So we are going to do it like we normally do, from daily to, we are going to do it like we normally do it from weekly, daily, 4 hours. So that's what we're going to do it currently. Now, let's draw this particular one. This one is a major one. Okay. Let's check for another one at this particular zone. This one is a major retest, retested here. Then we got a rejection. Now currently, price is above this particular zone, if you see well. But if you look with your third eye, you'll see that this one was a first shoulder. This one was a second shoulder. This looks like a retest of the second shoulder. Then is the end. If you look with the third eye as a price action trader, you realize such. If you look it keenly, if you look at it well, you realize such has happened. Okay. This one was a head and shoulder, retested. Then what happens? Trade went down. This one is an head or shoulder again, retested. This one is maybe a retest of the second shoulder. Then what will happen? You are going down. So from the weekly point of view, I rule out that CAD GPY will be selling. That's what I have ruled out. At times as a trader, you just look at the chart with no even major analysis. You just look at it, you analyze it with your eyes, just by looking at it with applying no indicator, applying nothing. You look at the chart, you analyze it keenly, then you realize, it's a trade that I could have even gained some pips. Why should I not join this particular trade? You see? Okay. You see? So you look at it and you wonder, why did I even miss this particular trade? Such things happen. So you can normally check on it. You check this was a break. This was a breakout of a trend line. So this one may be a retest of this particular trend line. Then we'll be down again. So majorly for this particular news that we are waiting, CAD GPY may make an upward move to retest this particular zone. To retest this particular zone, then it will fall. So you're expecting CAD GPY will be selling for, let's say, for maybe for the whole of next week, we may be expecting more sales of CAD GPY than buys. Okay, thank you all for attending. It was a nice session. Avenue, guys. It was a nice session, trusting in 6254. And I wish you well. I wish you well as you trade NFP, trade cautiously, trade keenly, apply risk management, always risk what you can lose. Because if you risk more, you may end up even hanging yourself. And we don't expect such cases to happen to us. Thank you all. I can see I've received some messages from most of you that it was a nice session. But this particular session, this particular lesson, I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel or even on all my channels, both Facebook and Telegram. So you can check it and try to learn a few things. But I'll be doing such sessions from time to time. I'll be doing such analysis from time to time. And again, I have something we call confluence here. If I check my strategy, if I check this particular strategy, if I apply this particular strategy for CALGPY, stay in, that CALGPY will still, it retest this particular zone. Then this now acts as my major support zone. Many people will ask me which EMA is that. It's just 21 alone. Okay. Now, it was nice having you. I can now end the meeting and wish everyone well.